A month went by, and then out of the blue, she called me. And she asked me to go for a walk with her pet monkeys, Molly, Polly, and Wally. And so we took her monkeys out for a stroll down on Main Street, and it was hot out that night. And all the Bartown lovers were out eating their ice cream cones and holding hands, and I wondered if we'd ever hold hands. Because she had such fine little hands. Her nails were chewed way down, but her tiny little raccoon hands were so beautiful and feminine. I remembered what she told me about her last boyfriend, Squiggy, and how she had really wanted to try and work things out with him, but he wouldn't do it. I couldn't imagine someone not wanting to work things out with her. Squiggy must have been a real son of a bitch, I thought. We were pushing her monkeys around in an old baby blue baby carriage of hers. And well, that made me feel like kind of, well, a father. I guess. And I imagine us being a family someday. And I promised myself that I would always be willing to work on our relationship whenever she wanted to, because unlike Squiggy, I actually like to process relationships. Although I never really had one, I guess. So maybe that's why. She talked about Gary that night and how sore his pitching arm was, and how she thought it might take him quite a while to get his heat back. Boy, she loved baseball. I liked it too, but not as much as she did. And I didn't have an ice cream cone that evening, like everyone else on the street because of my diet, but I did ask her if she wanted to maybe get some iced tea. It was so hot and humid out, and she said we could get some lemonade over at her shack, house, log cabin, whatever it was she lived in. I can't tell you, I'm sorry. But she wanted to stop and get a newspaper first. I mentioned that it was the sex issue that week. And she said she knew. Ooh. And as soon as she said that, I had a thought that was a little inappropriate. But I decided not to say it to her. I didn't think she'd appreciate any sexual humor at this early stage of our relationship. But then, damn it, I just blurted it right out. Okay, I said, let's go pick up the sex issue, and then let's go over to your place and have sex. You wanna? And she kind of snickered and she coughed a little. And then she kind of scratched her nose with her thumb, and then she rubbed her belly a little bit. And it almost seemed like she was a third base coach giving a signal to one of the players. But I couldn't see any baseball players around. So I guess they were just nervous ticks. I was relieved she had laughed because I liked being her friend. I did. And I have gotten in trouble for saying inappropriate things to women before. More than once, I must say. More than once. Of course, I didn't really want to have sex with her now anyways, because although my bow was cocked, my arrow was aimed at her heart. However, I don't mean to say I didn't desire her, because I did. She was one nice little tuna fish salad. Anyway, we picked up a copy of Bar Talk, our local alternative newspaper, the sex issue, and then we went up, down, or over to her crib, whatever, and on the way, I told her she was beautiful. You see, I was quite moved when she stopped to breastfeed her monkey, Molly. I took that to mean that she was a great mother. And I was moved by that. I really was deeply moved. Of course, some people seem to be a little bothered by her breastfeeding a monkey out in public. But it was a nice little family moment for me.